Hello, my little artists. My name is Miss Cat with Comic Kids, and today we are going to be doing a read and draw class for a super popular book called Creepy Pair of Underwear. It's by author Aaron Reynolds and drawn by Peter Brown. So I'm going to read this book to you, and then afterwards we are going to do this drawing together. We're going to be drawing Jasper Rabbit and his creepy pair of underwear. Let's go ahead and get started.
Teaching kids art through comics, cartoons, and books. Comic Kids.
Creepy Pair of Underwear by Aaron Reynolds and pictures by Peter Brown. Creepy Pair of Underwear. Jasper Rabbit needed new underwear. On Thursday, Mom took him to the underwear store and grabbed the last 3 packages of plain white. But as they headed for the checkout, Jasper spotted them. Creepy underwear! So creepy, so comfy. They were glorious. Mom, can we get these? Jasper pleaded. I think they're a little too creepy, said Mom. They're not creepy. They're cool, said Jasper. I'm not a little bunny anymore. I'm a big rabbit now. Mom agreed to buy 1 pair. That night, Jasper wore his cool new underwear to bed. Do you want me to leave the hallway light on? Asked Dad. Dad, I'm not a little bunny anymore, said Jasper. I'm a big rabbit now. His dad shut the door, and that's when Jasper noticed. The underwear glowed, a ghoulish, greenish glow. He closed his eyes. He pulled up the covers. He buried his face in his pillow. But it didn't help. He could see that ghoulish, greenish glow. Jasper leaped out of bed and put on a pair of plain white. He stuffed the creepy underwear into the bottom of his laundry hamper. He finally fell asleep. But when he got up the next day, he was wearing the creepy underwear. Jasper threw them into the garbage can. He was still a big rabbit. He wasn't scared of anything. But he was done with scary underwear. After school, Jasper was doing his homework when he heard it. A scratchy, scraping sound coming from his dresser. He opened the drawer, and they were back, staring at him with that ghoulish, greenish glow. He snatched the creepy underwear out of the drawer. He grabbed a big envelope and some stamps. Bye-bye, scary underwear, he said, dropping the package in the mailbox. To China. When he opened the front door the next morning, there they were! And were those chopsticks? His creepy pair of underwear had somehow returned from China, and it had brought back souvenirs. Jasper grabbed his mom's good sewing scissors. She didn't like him using them, but this was an underwear emergency. This time, the creepy underwear were gone for good. At bedtime, he slowly opened his underwear drawer. Nothing, just plain white undies. He searched under his bed. He shook out his lampshades. Whew! There was no sign of creepy underwear. He went into the bathroom to comb his ears. They were back! What's the matter with you? His mom asked. You are so jittery lately. Nothing, he yelped. A grown rabbit couldn't be terrified of his underpants. He seized the underwear. He snagged a shovel from the garage and he rode. He didn't stop pedaling until he reached Creek Hanger Hill. Jasper began to dig. He dug until his hole was dark and deep and 100% underwear proof. He dropped the underwear in. They gleamed from the bottom, that ghoulish, greenish glow. But not for long. When he got home, Jasper crept up to his dresser. They couldn't be in there. There was no way, right? He reached for the handle. He peeked in. Nothing, just plain white. Jasper smiled and turned out the light. There was just one problem. It was really dark in there, even for a big rabbit. Jasper turned on the light. He looked at his non-glowy pair of plain white, and he knew what he had to do. The creepy underwear were a little muddy, but they still filled the room with that gentle greenish glow. The next day, Jasper gathered his allowance money and went to the underwear store all by himself, just like a big rabbit. That night, Jasper wasn't scared at all. As he lay down to sleep, he smiled, and so did his underwear, because they had finally found somebody who wasn't scared of creepy underwear. The end. Okay, kids, it's time to draw. Let's take out our supplies. You'll need a paper, pencil, and something to color with. Let's get started. Okay, my friends, we are going to start drawing Jasper Rabbit from Creepy Pair of Underwear. You're going to notice some of the colors I'm going to be using later, and I'm actually going to use a green highlighter to color his underwear that bright color, but you can see that I've got black, gray, greens, and yellows to create that color. Let's go ahead and find the center of our paper, and we're going to start by drawing his face, which is the shape of an oval, but we want to leave two little spots open at the top for his ears. So I'm going to go ahead and start drawing the side of his face over here, like this on either side. Very good. And then I'm going to kind of just connect it at the bottom. And then up here, I'm going to be doing his ears. They almost have a little bit of a hot dog shape. All right, so I've got one ear over here. Very good. And then I'm going to do a second one over here. You're going to notice that I left a little bit of space in here. And that's because Jasper Rabbit has this little tuft of hair. So it's this little puffy kind of hair spot that he has. So I'm going to go ahead and draw it. And it's just a couple little loops around like this. So they don't have to be exactly like mine, but just kind of a similar way of drawing this loopy hair. So I've got it on the outside, and then I'm going to do a second little set of loops on the inside. Very good. The next thing I'm going to do while drawing Jasper Rabbit is these little bits of hair that the illustrator did in his ears. So there are these tiny little lines, and I'm just going to do a bunch of them on either ear, right in the middle, just like that. Very good. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Excellent, my friends. So you'll notice that I kind of do them everywhere. I don't follow like a perfect line or anything like that. They're just kind of scattered throughout his ears. Awesome. Okay, friends, I'm going to find the center of my oval here, and I'm going to do a little V right here. This is his nose. That's the beginning of his nose. And then a tiny little line underneath it. So we have created the shape of the letter Y right in the middle of his face. And then we're going to get into drawing a scared mouth. So right at the bottom of your Y, we're going to do kind of almost like an upside down letter U, but a little bit wider, like that. And then kind of do some round edges and connect them. Very good. Inside of his mouth, I'm going to give him two cute little rabbit teeth. So I'm basically going to do this shape, not quite a rectangle. It's a little wider at the edge. And then right in the middle, just split it just a bit with a line to create the teeth. Later, I'm going to be coloring the inside of my character's mouth entirely black. Let's go ahead and add some whiskers over here. So he's got 3 little whiskers on either side of his nose. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, Jasper Rabbit is going to be looking pretty scared, my friend. So I'm going to go ahead and give him 2 round eyes, just some circles right here where I've got the space between his hair and his nose. And I'm going to do 1 over here as well. Very good. So I've got 2 circles. He looks actually really scary right now without his pupils in there. Let's go ahead and give him 2 little pupils. So I'm going to do a little black circle on the inside of each one. Very good. And I want to make his eyebrows look a little worried. So the way I'm going to make him look worried and scared is by doing kind of this U-shape eyebrow. You see how that makes him look a little bit scared? So I'm going to do that on this side too. A little scared little eyebrow. Poor guy. All right, very good. Now we have drawn his face. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to have our rabbit holding a pair of creepy underwear. So right here and here, we're going to start by drawing his arms. So we're just going to come out from the side of his face like this on one side, and we're going to do the same thing over here. So I want you to see it extends a little past the side of his face. And then all we have to do is draw this curved, almost like a letter C. This is like a paw. So you see it came around, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So we're going to draw a little bit of a paw. Very good. And then I'm going to come back to my character. So I'm going to let the line from the paw kind of extend a little. And I'm going to come back to my character and draw the rest of his arm. So I'm going to go back and then stop and do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go back and then stop. I'm stopping because I want to fit his body in there. So we've got his arms and his paws, and we're going to get the rest of his body, and then we're going to draw that big pair of creepy underwear. Okay, let's finish his paws. So he's got 3 little lines that are kind of showing, I don't know, what are they, fingers, toes? I'm not really sure what they are. Let's call them fingers because they're the hands. So we're going to do 3 little lines to show that he's got kind of these like fingers in his paws. And then I just want to draw a little bit of a shirt, or a little bit of his body rather. So I'm going to come down just a little like that, a little tiny line, and I'm going to do the same thing here. The reason why I'm stopping is because he's going to be holding the underwear here, and so we don't want the body to be longer than the underwear line. And then the last thing I'm going to do to finish my character's body is I'm going to draw a t-shirt. We're going to curve the line of the sleeve a little. Let's take a look and see what I mean. See how I made that line over here a little bit curved? That makes his arm look round, like a cylinder. Whenever we curve a line like that, that's making this look round. Very good, friends. We're going to get into drawing that creepy underwear. Okay, everyone. So the shape of the underwear, we're going to start by getting to his paw here, and you should have stopped your shirt around there. And I'm going to do a little bit of a curved line. See how it curves just a little bit right across like that. Now I hadn't drawn my lines long enough, so now that I've got this line, I'm gonna finish up and I'm gonna draw the shirt so it ends right exactly at that line. Very good. Now I'm gonna come off to the sides a little. I'm gonna find the center over here a little bit to the edge of his paw, and I'm gonna start doing a line that comes at a slight angle. What do I mean by that? It doesn't go perfectly straight down. It comes out just a little bit on each side. Very good, my friends. The next thing I'm gonna do to draw these creepy underwear is do a curved line that goes like that. Just like that, a curved line, and then we're gonna stop and we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So we're gonna do a curved line and stop. Very good. Now the last line that we need to do to finish our underwear is draw a little line that goes from here to here. And there we have it, my friends. We have drawn the beginning of the underwear. But he's got a really scary face. He kind of looks like Frankenstein, actually. So let's find this area right here. The first thing we're gonna do is start by drawing these big, thick, kind of like Frankenstein eyebrows. So I'm gonna do that by drawing a couple lines like this. Very good. So my dark marker is making them dark. I was gonna color them black anyway, but you can just do some lines there. And then we're gonna draw his eyes. The way we're doing these scary eyes is by doing two kind of U shapes. Let's do one and then another one. And these are our eyeballs, or at least the beginning of them. So we're gonna have our eyeballs up here and they're gonna be looking up a little bit. So we're gonna have them at the top of this U. I'm gonna color mine in black now because that's the color I'm gonna be doing later. And I'm gonna do another one right here. So friends, when you're coloring later, you'll do the eyebrows black and you'll also do the inside of those eyeballs black. Very good. And then let's do two other little lines right here, 1 and 2. These are called the bags under his eyes. Very good. Okay, we are gonna draw a creepy smile now. So I'm gonna come right across here and I'm gonna start with a line right under the bags of his eyes. And then I'm gonna connect to this line like this. It actually looks like a really sweet smile right now. It's gonna look a little creepy in a minute when you just see his 2 teeth there. Looks more like a jack-o'-lantern. So let's go ahead and draw 2 teeth. One up here, we could just add a little square, and then one down at the bottom. Like if we're carving a pumpkin, sometimes we do that to make a jack-o'-lantern. There we go. I'm gonna color this in black a little bit later, the mouth, and I'm gonna leave the teeth white. Awesome, friends. To make our underwear look even scarier, we're gonna give him some scars on his face. So I'm gonna do one line that comes down like that, and then you're gonna do the same thing on this side. This we are gonna turn and do stitches. When skin is stitched, it's got these little lines. So if you ever wanna draw something scary looking, like a zombie or something like that, you draw a line and then you draw these little lines across like this. It looks almost like a railroad track or something like that. That is stitches. That's how we draw stitches on a character. Very cool. So I'm gonna do that over on this side too. And it looks like our underwear has some big scary stitches on his face. Awesome. And then I'm gonna do 2 little other details over here. Our illustrator drew a little rectangle right there. And then kind of like the letter C. Very good. We're gonna do the same thing on this side, except it's gonna flip in the opposite direction. Okay, friends, so we're gonna come over here. We're gonna do a little rectangle. And then we're gonna do a backwards letter C right here. Very good. The last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some kind of scary Frankenstein looking hair. And the way we're gonna do that all along the top, I'm gonna start drawing these lines. So I'm doing it right now by the paw, but watch what I do. Slightly above the line, you're gonna see I'm gonna go a little higher than that line. I'm gonna start drawing these quick lines that go down. Now the color that the illustrator did it in and the book was black. So my marker is already black, so this is what it looks like. I'm also going to make some of the hairs, you'll notice some are a little longer and some are a little shorter. That's fine, that looks cool like that. You don't need to make them all exactly the same size. So you notice I've taken it and I've extended it down. And then once I get to the paw, I just kind of tuck them in back here. And there you have it, my friend, Jasper Rabbit and a very creepy pair of underwear. So I have my colors ready to go, and I'm going to color on my own, and I want you guys to color on your own as well. You're going to notice that I'm going to put a little bit of gray on his face to add some shadows, and then I'm going to do that really bright neon green for the underwear and do a little bit of a glow around it. So I'm even going to add some green onto his arms and a little bit of his shirt. Okay, friends, I had so much fun drawing creepy pair of underwear with you today. And there you have it, my friends, Jasper and his very creepy pair of underwear. Okay, my friends, I hope that you had fun listening to the book Creepy Pair of Underwear and that you had a great time drawing Jasper Rabbit and his very creepy pair of underwear. I'm so happy to draw with you. I hope you guys had a good time. I'm sure you did an amazing job on your drawings, and I will see you real soon. Comic Kids is a nonprofit helping children in the community learn art through comics, cartoons, and books. To learn more, see our website at comickids.org and follow us on Instagram. For more videos like these, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.